Alright, you guys, I went to the homeschool convention a few weeks ago and I thought that it would be fun to show you what we got. We got a lot of random little goodies. I don't even have everything that we got. My kids got so much free stuff. There was even one company that does live action plays that they stream in the theaters, and so they were given a lot of their promotional items. So they got some lunch boxes, some magnets, stickers, pens from that stand alone, and it was so much fun. I think now they understand why I love going to the homeschool conventions so much. Granted, I don't usually get all the free stuff that they got, but this was their first year with me, and so they had so much fun going and just seeing what all they had. So I'm gonna go ahead and flip around the camera and give you guys a look at what we got. Alright, you guys, so the first thing that I got that I was actually pretty excited about is this easy grammar set. I had taken a class for kinesthetic learning, and it was one of those classes where you know they're going to sell you something, but I didn't realize they were going to try to sell me on a certain curriculum. And they had us play some of the grammar games in the class, and my daughter was with me, so she was playing the games and she really enjoyed them. And so the workbook that she showed in class looked a little, you know, it's not colorful and, you know, just jumping out at you. It leaves a little to be desired. But everything that the lady was talking about with how they teach grammar sounded really great. So I went over to their booth to talk to them and just to kind of like see inside this more. Because you guys know me, I want to see inside the curriculum. That's why I always do like full on flip throughs for you. But I wanted to see inside the curriculum. And when I went over there, they said that they give their displays away, and so she said that they didn't have anybody for their third grade set, and that I was welcome to claim it and come the next day towards the end of the day to pick up this set. And I was like, yes, I'll do that. So I actually ended up getting this entire set for free, and that was amazing. So if you guys ever see them at the homeschool convention and you're interested in their levels, go directly to their booth before you even go to any of the classes and ask them if they're giving away their displays. She made it seem like it was kind of like a normal thing that they do. So I'm gonna try using this with her. I don't know if I'm gonna do it how they have it designed, or if we're just gonna, you know, kind of just go at our own pace and not have any like stress and strict schedules about it. But it seems really great. It seems like they have a lot of different ways that they teach it. They do a lot of like games and hands-on activities for this. You guys will probably hear my kids hollering because they're playing, but it looks amazing. And so at some point when I'm able to sit down and I have the time to go through it completely, I'll do a full review and flip through if I think it's worth it for you guys, or if you guys are seeing this and you're like, yes, I want to review and flip through. But I really noticed that for my daughter, she really does need like that hands-on interactive curriculum, and I think that this might be where we'll get some of that for grammar. Alright, the next item is some stuff for my preschooler. I got my first ABC book Bible verses, and then my first 1, 2, 3 book of Bible numbers, and I thought that these looked so cute inside, and that it would be wonderful to work in with his preschool curriculum, since he's going to be going over numbers and letters and all of the fun things. Look at, isn't that gorgeous art? Okay, let me show you guys inside the ABC book real quick. But I thought that these were just lovely, and they have some other books too in the same series or similar series that looked really great, but I put those on my buy later list because, you know, there's just not always enough money for books. Alright, now one of the fun things that I got for my kids is they each got a set of these Pix bricks, and it made the burger and fries, and they're really cool. If your kids like Legos, this is definitely something to look into, because I had never seen these before, and they're these really cool little blocks. Here, let me see if I can get it to focus. But the way you build it is you don't just put them on top, you slide them into each other. So you line it up like that, and then you just slide it in until it's where it needs to be. And I thought that was really cool, and they had a lot of fun with it. It gives it that 3D look and appearance, and they really enjoyed this set. So I want to go on their website and buy a few more sets, because they had some that were like cupcakes, some sushi, tacos, and then they had even bigger sets where, you know, they could build full-on pictures, and they really liked this. All right, now you guys know that if I'm going to the homeschool convention, I'm getting some Lamplighter books. It's my favorite stand there. And if you guys have not been introduced to Lamplighter Ministries, let me show you how amazing their books are. Not only are they gorgeous, they are wholesome stories that will lift your children up in God's word and in their faith, and just be a source of encouragement for them. So this book is titled Reassign the Sailing Orders of Harold Winter, and it says for the description, strong yet mischievous Harold is born for the sea, but after a catastrophic accident cripples him, Harold is sent home, never to sail again, and never to walk again. Now his life seems utterly useless as he waits for new orders from above. Surely teaching a Sunday school class could never provide the adventure he longs for. To his surprise, the boys who soon become his new assignment fill his life with more adventure and meaning than he could ever have found at sea. This is a story that will resonate with every heart. And I thought that that just sounded so good, and I can't wait for this to be one of our family read-alouds. Okay, this one is Palace of Deceit, and this one sounded really suspenseful and intriguing, and I think my kids are really going to enjoy this one. So the description for this one says, the children are in danger and don't even know it. In his wisdom, their father writes them a letter, and they acknowledge that every word holds truth. They realize that the allure of self-indulgence, covetousness, and pride are making them comfortable with a false sense of joy. They are being drawn into the palace of deceit, and one has almost taken residence there. But a golden cup called conscience holds the wondrous power of grace. Will they prize it, or will they neglect its warnings? All right, this one is Dwell Deep, and the description for this one says, young in years and young in faith, Margaret continually faces tests of compromise and criticism. Yet she is no coward as she faces brutal social pressure. The sweet reminder to dwell deep calls her soul to refuge as she wrestles with the tension of adhering to her convictions about dishonoring those in authority over her. How can she find a balance? Margaret makes choices daily that will form the foundation of her character as she grows in faith and overcomes fear. And last, we have Stepping Heavenward. You guys, I don't know what it was about this, but when I was reading what the book was about, I instantly knew, like, this is a book that I was walking away with. Like, if I came away with no other books from that stand, it was going to be this one. And so it says, Stepping Heavenward is an intimate journal of a young woman who struggles with ordinary daily life just as we do. Her life is a constant endeavor to step heavenward as she deals with disappointment, heartache, and tragedy. You'll find it hard to believe that this journal has not been written by your own pen. And I thought that just sounded so good. And I don't know, there's something about that description that I was just like, I have to leave with this particular book. There were so many of their other books that I wanted to walk away with, and you know, there isn't enough money. There really should be. I feel like books should just be free. But that's neither here nor there. That's basically everything that I got. I'm going to go ahead and flip around the camera now. Alright, you guys, so that is everything, or at least most things, that we got from the homeschool convention. Like I said, my kids got a lot of free stuff. They even got a whole bunch of little, like, rubber duckies. I don't know why, but they were giving them out, so I was like, okay, fine. Have any of you been at the homeschool convention? What kind of fun items did you guys get? I think this was probably like the funnest thing, the Pix Bricks. I've never heard of them before, and my kids love Legos, so they just thought that these were like the coolest things. I love the little like fries too. I'm so excited for all of my favorite things are these Lamplighter books. I want to have a whole home library with every single title that they create because they're such good books. I think my top favorite is The Wonderful Door. It was such just a sweet story. So that is it for today. If you guys like this video, don't forget to give me a big thumbs up, hit that red subscribe button, and I will see you again later. Bye.